Hello guys, this is 12th Harbinger, and in this video, I am going to tell you everything you need to know about Hu Tao. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So starting with the question, is Hu Tao still in meta? If I have to answer it in a single word, it's yes. Now why should you play her? She has a very high single target damage. She doesn't rely on Bennett, who is required in many teams. However, she relies heavily on Xingqiu. You get heavily rewarded if you invest your resources and time in her. You get to see those satisfying big numbers with each charged attack and make your abyss clears easy. Also, she is very cute. She also has some cons, like her playstyle can be difficult to master, especially for mobile players where jump canceling can get really difficult. Without proper charged attack cancellation, it can significantly drop her DPS. She only has single target damage. She lacks AoE in her attacks except for her burst. You can run into stamina problems at C0, causing survivability issues. As mentioned earlier, she is highly reliant on Xingqiu, who is highly in demand for many teams. Her best team requires both Yelan and Xingqiu. However, you can use Yelan in other teams and give Xingqiu to Hu Tao. Let's start with her skills. I will explain it shortly since there's nothing much to explain about her kit. When you press her elemental skill, it will take a portion of your HP and give a huge attack boost based on your max HP. It will also infuse your normal attacks with Pyro. The attack bonus from this cannot exceed 400% of her base attack. I will leave a link to a calculator which I found in KQM guide to calculate her HP cap in the description. Hu Tao has high charged attack damage, and her charged attacks has no ICD, so you need to spam her charged attacks after using her skill. Charged attacks after using her elemental skill will also apply this Blood Blossom marks to enemies, which deals pyro damage at an interval of 4 seconds. Her burst has a very high multiplier and also heals Hu Tao. It has two multipliers, one is the normal skill damage and other one is when Hu Tao has less than 50% HP. The low HP multiplier is higher than the normal one. Her burst scales off her attack, so you should use it after using her elemental skill to get the most damage out of it. Hu Tao's passive, Sanguine Rouge, gives her 33% pyro damage bonus when her HP is below 50%. This is why you should use Hu Tao at low HP. Her other passive gives 12% crit rate for 8 seconds to every party member except Hu Tao herself after her elemental skill ends. It can give a small boost to other sub-DPS like Xingqiu and Yelan. For her talent priority, you should prioritize her normal attacks and elemental skill followed by her burst. Her elemental skill is as valuable as her normal attack. You shouldn't neglect her burst as it deals a very high damage to multiple enemies. Moving on to her constellations. I won't go over all of them, I will just tell you the best one to have. The best constellation to have on Hu Tao is the first one. It makes her charged attack cost 0 stamina, which means you can keep spamming it until her elemental skill ends and also have enough stamina left to dodge or move around. This will make her playstyle very smooth. So if you have enough primogems and have no particular character in your mind to use your primogems on, C1 Hu Tao is a great choice. Now some playstyle tips for Hu Tao. When you use Hu Tao's charged attack, she pierces through the enemies and she goes away from them. So you will need to dash and close the distance between them, which will consume your stamina and time. So you need to learn how to cancel her charged attacks. You can either cancel it with dash or jump. Dash cancel will consume your stamina, so jump cancel is usually preferred. After holding down the normal attack button, you need to immediately dash or press the jump button so as to not let her go away from the enemy. As a result, you stay close to the enemy and you can spam your charged attacks. Moving on to her artifact sets. There are 3 artifact sets that are best on Hu Tao and pretty similar in damage. Those 3 are Crimson Witch of Flames, Shimenawa's Reminiscence, and Gilded Dreams. You can strongbox Crimson Witch and Shimenawa. Shimenawa provides higher normal and charged attack damage, but because it drains energy, it greatly decreases the frequency with which she can burst. If you don't have 4-piece artifact set, you can use 2-piece sets of Crimson Witch, Wanderer's Troop, Gilded Dreams, Tenacity of Mylith, or Merchasy Hunter. If your 2-piece sets have good enough substats, they can be better than the 4-piece sets. For her artifact stats, pyro damage bonus on Goblet, crit on Circlet, and EM or HP % on Sands, depending on your stats. With equal substats, EM Sands usually have high damage compared to HP % with most of the weapons except for the ones that give elemental mastery. HP % Sands provide slightly less damage but also increase her survivability. Try to have at least 100 to 150 EM on her. If you don't have that much from substats, use EM Sands. For her substats, your top priority should be to acquire at least 100 EM, then focus on getting a good crit ratio. After that, you can try to get more EM on her if possible. HP % is also a useful substat to have for increasing your Hu Tao's damage. Moving on to her weapons. Her signature weapon, Staff of Homa, is the best on her. Her second best weapon would be the Staff of Scarlet Sands. Although Hu Tao cannot fully stack the passive in single target, the EM conversion and the crit rate makes up for it. As this weapon converts EM to attack, it is recommended to use EM Sands with this weapon. Next, we have the new Battle Pass weapon, Ballad of Fjords. It is one of the best weapons option for Hu Tao and gets closer to her top choices at higher refinements. Dragon's Bane is an amazing weapon choice for her. You can get it from Gacha. At R5 it is highly competitive with Hu Tao's 5-star options. Other good weapon options for her are the Deathmatch and Primordial Jade, as they provide crit rate. If you don't have any of these weapons, you can use the Lithic Spear, R5 Missive Wind Spear, White Tassel, or the Blackcliff Pole. Moving on to her team comps. Hu Tao is preferably used in vape teams with Xingshu, as he lets her vaporize all charged attacks, dealing tons of damage. She is also viable in mono pyro teams. Starting with the vape teams, Xingshu is a must for Hu Tao, as no other Hydro character is as good as him. Even with Yelan, not all her charged attacks can vaporize, so for the second slot you will need Xingshu. Next, you will need a shielder, preferably Zhongli. Other good alternatives are Toma, Layla, Diona, and C4 Yanfei. Dea is also a viable option, as she provides resistance to interruption and mitigates damage while also being able to use the tenacity set. And the last slot is Flex. Yelan is mostly used here as she gives damage boost and also has high off-field damage. But if you are using a pyro character with Hu Tao like Toma, Yanfei, or Dea who can apply pyro to the enemies, you can use an Anemo character like Kazuha or Sucrose for pyro resistance shred with Viridescent, and provide further damage buffs for the pyro element. Sucrose will even reduce the need for building EM on Hu Tao. Albedo is also a great character to use here. He was the go-to option for Hu Tao team before Yelan came out. He can provide off-field damage and additional EM buff. When paired with Zhongli, he can also unlock Geo Resonance. You can use other Hydro units like Mona, Candace especially at C6, or even Ayato for the 25% HP bonus from double Hydro. You can also use Kokomi here. Just kidding, you will hurt your Hu Tao. Or should I say heal your Hu Tao. There are also many sub-DPS characters that you can use like Xiangling, Fischl, Nahida, Kaya, Rosaria, or even Ganyu. And this completes our vape teams. You can also use Bennett in this team, as his huge attack boost makes up for the loss of Hu Tao's pyro damage bonus when her HP is below 50%. However, Bennett is required in many other teams, so it's more valuable to use him there. For mono pyro team, you will need Kazuha to massively boost your damage and Xiangling as the sub-DPS. And for the last slot you can use Bennett, Toma, C4 Yanfei, or Dea. Of course you can use other characters and build a team which is more to your liking. But I believe this covered most of her teams. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Hu Tao in the current meta. And that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like and share the video with your friends. Subscribe for more Genshin Impact videos. Thanks for watching.